Okay, that'll be the final interruption of the day. So we've had 3 of these videos. I did stop while I was out, and I got the right towels. These are the best towels for rubbing. They're I don't know, not microfiber, but this is the best paper towel I've ever found for rubbing. I found these when I was working on motorcycles and buffing gas tanks on motorcycles. I said, "Hey Joe, give me one of them." And I started buffing, and they leave no scratches. They're so good you can even wipe your glasses with them, and they don't leave scratches. So I did pick up some other turtle wax product, but after I got home, it's the wrong stuff. So we're out, but I filled up my bottle again with warm water and Axe body wash, and we'll work on the next 12%. I think Saturday. I'm watching the weather. That and the crazies will be out tomorrow, so I think Saturday. Okay, I don't know how much you saw this, Dan, but I'm giving a demonstration of what it takes to really sand out a model. Starting with 1,500. Well, we do have the 5,000, but I won't do that until I get back to Dayton. 1,500, 2,000, 5,000. And like I say, I do them in quarters. So I did this quarter, and we're going to do, it's not even, this eighth, and then this eighth, and that'll be 50%. And then we'll go around to the stabilizer and do it. And so I'll get, okay, great. I'll get, her basically the first rub out done. So back to the zen of sanding. It's got to get all them shiny spots out of it, get it all flat. This is a ton of work. But as I've stated, I wanted to show what it takes to get a decent model. We could fly it just like this, and it'd probably do all right. Do I think this is gonna? I do not like Gorms. I threw it out. It's crap. I use 3M Finesse It, but I don't have any, so I'm using another product right now. I use this stuff right here, but the bottle's empty. $26 for U.S. pint. I'll throw this out. I can't see there being anything in it. It feels like something's in it. It's probably hard. I suppose you could use anything. Semichrome would probably work. Yeah, I had Gorms for a while, but Just didn't work very good, I didn't think. Doesn't have what it takes to cut the dope. Wendy loves it. Wendy loves it. It's got to be right. Let's see what it says here. Jack Snavely just thought I'd send a few words, say a few words. That's to let you know that I am following your blog. Oh, great, Jack. The trials and tribulations of the sander. And sand and sand and sand. Guess we'll wait till spring to work on the roof of the garage. The damage is done already, so. Okay, that was 1,500. Yep. And like I said, you want to sand until all them little shiny spots are gone. I think I pulled some pink into this. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm pulling a little pink up. That means she's getting thin. I gotta stop. Of course, it could have been an edge too. Red is a very messy color. Where's my 2,000? I had it. 15, that's 2,000. Yeah. So now we're down to 2,000. Knocked all the high spots off with the 1,500. And it's starting to get smooth. If you don't like sanding, building one of these airplanes is not for you. Put some monocoat on it and go fly it. But even a good monocoat job, the sanding has to be perfect. Because the finish is only going to be as good as the sanding. Sanding sucks, your Monaco looks bad. I can't feel that. That's good. Got her buried in there pretty decent. Now, in order to make this a spectacular airplane, it would take 2 or 3 more coats of paint. And what does that mean? 2 or 3 more ounces. So we're going to massage this and get it as good as we can and be happy. Otherwise, you end up with a wall banger. How did that get wet? Okay, well, it got wet. No big deal. I don't doubt it. It's probably got some chemical in it that's hazard to the two-titted frog or something. The tsetse fly in Zimbabwe is going to be overrun by Monaco. Okay, that's with the 2000. Now I've been moving the camera around so that you can kind of get an idea. Let's see if we can find this. Okay, now onto the 3000. I do have 5,000 as I've stated over and over again, but I won't do that till I get back to Dayton and I can machine polish. It's just not worth the effort. And I'll bone the airplane out before I even machine polish. Now, boning out means that the whole airplane will turn frosty. You do that with 5,000 grit sandpaper. And then machine polish it to shine. Appreciate you guys spending your New Year's Eve with me. I'm not going to be doing anything with this for the next day. I put some lights in the kitchen. Other than that, this is what I'll be doing. Sand a circle. Let's see. I don't know what that says. Whatever Ortex is. Okay, we got it pretty flat. So now it's onto the compound and polish. Remember, this is a one-day paint job. It's 1 day old, but we're bringing it up. Of course, the clear is 1 day old, I should say. You can't buff clear 1 day old. Yeah, okay, whatever. All this does is make it easier when it's a month old. It'll be a real breeze because everything's already flattened out. And it's easier to cut right now. Oh, okay. Never heard of it. This airplane is triple aught silk span and Japanese tissue. Free flight tissue on the wings. Silk span. And Japanese tissue on all the woodwork. And let me tell you, Japanese tissue takes half the dope that silk span takes. In 3 coats, it's shiny. It's ready to paint. What do you think? Is that pretty good for the first buff out? Well, let's use some polishing compound on it now and see what it does. This is that stuff I love the smell of. Fuck. Oh. So by doing it this way, what we're doing is, remember, I started the model with 30 grit sandpaper, then went to 80 grit, then to 120 and 240, 320, We're slowly bringing the sanding grits to finer and finer and finer. And that's the only way that you're going to get, well, I use 30 grit to move vast amount of material and 80 grit to shape it. And then you're starting to bring it down smoother and smoother and smoother until you're down to the 5 and 10,000 grit mark. Because could I sand this paint with 600? Yes. It would look like crap. It would have big, deep scratches in it. And yeah, it would be shiny, but when you stand back and look, the scratches would come right up. So what I'm doing now is bringing the heat up in the paint, and the heat melts the molecules together. But it's a lot tougher. Well, I don't know what would be tougher than monocoat. Monocoat is pretty stout. But so is Japanese tissue. Let's do that one more time. It's coming up pretty good. Okay, let's get another towel and apply the carnauba on it and see what it looks like. Wish I got the right stuff at AutoZone, but I ain't going out again. There you have it. I'm half done with the wing on the first buff out. Because I got the same thing to do to the bottom. And then we'll work on the fuselage next. Elevator stabilizer. Monocoat is for the birds, silk span is for modelers. Just being a builder and looking at my building supplies, no loss to me if monocoat. How do you, yeah, I do some dopes buff to a higher shine than others in your opinion? Yes, auto lacquer cracks though. Aerogloss dope shines better than all of them. This Randolph dope, which is Brodak, is adequate. Now, it's shiny right now, but come summertime, it'll be harder and it'll shine even better, like my Monado. When I get back to Dayton, I'll show the two models sitting side by side, and you can see the difference in the shine. First, because the Monado's been 5,000 boned out and machine polished, but the dope is older and harder. But that looks pretty good. I think it's you can get some good light shine off the get some good reflection off of it. Not a 36-inch finish yet, but it'll be respectable when I'm done polishing. The more you rub it, the shinier it'll get. It's getting hot now, see, and that's melting the plastic together. And that's what you want. Okay. Let's work on the elevator stabilizer. Then I'll go to the fuselage sides, which it's fairly shiny already, but it can always be better. Now, get a good glimpse of what this looks like here. It's shiny, but it's not mirror. It's not, I don't know how to explain it. It's not what I want anyway. It's shiny, but it's not there yet. I need to do this too. And this headrest, I can feel a little bump there, a little rock. Get the rock out. Okay. So sit down and get yourself a cup of coffee or a beer or whatever you drink. And get ready for some boring excitement. Because it is boring. Now there's not a whole lot of clear on this, so it's going to be a side of the ink lines, meaning I'm going to try to stay off of them. And stay off the edges because you'll sand through like that. $1,500, $2,000, $3,000. Same drill. Need a little touch up there. Need a little dauber there. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll leave this as is, and I'll do this back part, and that way you'll be able to see a comparison between the two side by side. And on these wooden surfaces, it doesn't take much to sand them out. Not like doing open bays because you have something to press against. Okay, that went pretty quick. The paper quit dragging, so we know it's smooth. Yeah, I got a soft spot for a 47. The problem with the P47 is, first off, I think it has the wrong wing in it in the original. Needs this wing in it. Needs some different construction methods to keep the stabilizer on it. And I think I can build it in the 60-ounce range, not in the 70-ounce range. My last one was 70, and it flew good, but didn't perform like Billy's. There's just so much airplane there. I mean, it's hard not to build heavy because there's a lot of paint on the damn thing. In an earlier video, I showed my mold box, and the back half, that fuselage is that big around. It's just a porker. Now, this paint job is not perfect, but it ain't bad. It's almost to the point of abandonment now, where I'll fix a few little things and that'll be it. And it'll get me 18 or 19 points, and I'll be happy because I won't be 80 or 90 ounces. Okay, quit dragging, so we know that's sanded. And you see how flat it is? That's what you want to see. Now we'll go on to 3,000. That quit dragging, so it should be pretty flat. Now what you want to do is inspect it all. Yeah, that's boned out. That worked real good. So this should shine like glass. You want to use rubbing compound next, because that's the next in the grit sequence. Little drop. Hard to believe anybody sit here for all this time and do this, right? Got to be a sick puppy. Now I need to bring the heat up, so rub stoutly. This should shine up as good as the nose. It's a coming. So now you want to use the polish on it. And then the carnauba. Get the polish on it. Sure wish Wendy'd come back to the hobby before he kills himself on the motorcycle. Okay, you saw how it started. It started looking just like this. We'll try to get a reflection off that. And now we need this. Shit, we rubbed 2 ounces off this thing, I'll bet now. I wish it worked like that. Probably added weight. Okay, so let's see if we can get the camera in here so you can get a look at the difference in shine between the two sides. Wipe the water off there. Okay, you notice the stabilizer. You can see 2 lights. Now, look at how much clearer that is on the elevators. Big difference. Some people are happy with this side, but I'm not. I'm happy with this side here. I mean, of course, it'll get even better with a 5,000 polish and a machine buff. But this side hasn't been done, and this side has. Look at the rudder. There's what you can see. If you bounce off this and look at the rudder, the checkerboards here, and then try the same with this, you can't see nothing. You know, the reflection's not there. So that's the purpose of all this labor. And man, it is a lot. "14 guys with nothing better to do than to watch me sand and blabble." Well, that's good. Okay, so I need to get a drink of water and rest my arm for a minute. You look at the outboard wing, we've already polished that, and the inboard wing's been polished. So we'll get it down to where it's all looking top notch. And the bad thing is you'll handle this thing and put a dent in it here and a ding there, and the paint will chip off, and you'll gouge down the wood, and you'll go, oh, God, all that work for nothing. Because they still got to function. Happy New Year, Gordon. I got a few, you'll notice over on the right-hand side in the chat box, those guys with their names in green and a clipboard, those are paying members. They pay $4.95 a month to help support me do this. And it surely is appreciative, and you got to thank them guys too. Otherwise, yeah, I like doing this, but man, somebody's got to, I got to pay for this, all these supplies somehow. Let me get a drink of water. Let's see if we get some skip from this light. Oh yeah, I got some skip right there. Hit. Now, I'm not sponsored by these guys. I want to give a plug to them. I hate drinking water. It sucks. It doesn't taste good. It tastes like nothing. But the Gatorade people have made Propel, and this shit is good stuff. This is berry. I like grape. There wasn't any grape, so had to suffice for berry. But it's okay too. The guy who invented bottled water is a genius. Let's take free water and sell it for $1. Put it in a bottle and sell it for $1. Ah, that's good stuff. 0 calories, 0 fat. Sodium is 230 milligram, whatever that is. Total carb, 0. I don't think there's any sugar in it. Vitamin D, which I don't believe because you can only get vitamin D from the sun. But we'll get that drunk down. Okay. Back to sanding. So we're going to try to bring up the stabilizer now so that it looks like this. $15, 2, and 3. Let's see. Where's my 15 here? This is 2. There's 15. I knew I had 15. Where did the scissors go? Come on. Okay, Shop Gremlin got him. Okay, you guys, you see where I put the scissors? Gotta be right here. Never went anywhere. What the heck? I used them right here, and now they're gone. They're not on the floor. They're not on the bench. There they are. Over by my phone. What the hell? I wasn't over there. You got the red, white, and yellow. The white as a line, and then the yellow next to white. 18 or 19, a red stripe between the yellow. Let's see. You got, yeah. No, I can do it. You got the red, white, red, then white, then yellow, then white, and then line next to white. 18 or 19, a red stripe between the yellow and white, and 20 is the forecast. Just saying. Okay. If I was real ambitious, I would ink all these lines. I can do the straight lines, no problem. I can do this straight line, no problem. But doing that turn and doing those nose turns would drop me a point because I couldn't do them perfect. So it's best to leave them off. If you can't do it perfect, leave it off. And if you do one, you got to do them all. I couldn't do just these stripes and not the. Happy New Year, Fred. Dope is considered a lacquer. It's a nitrocellulose. It's film. You took 35 millimeter reeled film and put it in a bowl and burn it, you'd end up with dope. It's glue. It's not really lacquer. It's a glue. Yeah, black is the hardest color to paint because it does have to be perfect. Perfect. Steve Busso painted the Zap machine. I never saw it in person. I only saw it in pictures. I would have liked to seen it in person, but knowing what Steve Busso, I would say it probably was perfect. But how much did it weigh? That's another question. You always have to ask yourself, man, that thing's beautiful. How much does it weigh? Just like Al Rabe's critical mass. I seen that thing. I said, man, there's a ton of paint on that baby. Same with Kenny Stevens' concourse winning SV22. It's beautiful. There's a gallon of clear on it. Man, that's heavy. Man. There's a quart of clear on this total. That includes the substrate and the top coat. 1 quart, not a gallon for the top coat. I could turn this puppy into a 20-point or just put 2 coats of urethane on it. 1 coat to flatten it all, then sand it, and then 1 nice flow coat of urethane. Sand it with 2000 and machine polish it. It'd be beautiful, but it'd be heavy. Well, Steve Busso is a good designer, and from the I've met him, and I saw his airplane, and it was very nice, finished very well, but it wasn't black. That's the whole thing. That black Zap machine would have had to been perfectly sanded in order for it to really be an outstanding model. The most now I've only seen them in pictures too. Tom Warden's Minato was absolutely beautiful, very heavy, lots of paint. Same with his Continental. Walt Prey, he was a car painter. You can just look on you can Google his name, Waltpray. Walt Prey, and he painted cars, and they're beautiful. Let's see, this is 15, so. And his airplanes were beautiful, but how much did they weigh? That's the whole deal. This will be an 18 or a 19-point airplane and be under, 60 ounces. So is that extra point worth 10 ounces? No, not in my book. And even at 10 ounces, nobody's going to say, because appearance is such a subjective thing, nobody's going to say that extra 10 ounces is going to get you the Concorde or get you the 20 points. So 1 point, it's not worth it. I can tell you that right now. Just build a nice, clean, straight airplane with a relatively good finish on it. And if you get 16, 17, 18, 19 points, that's, there's only 4 points difference between 16 and 19, or 3 points. And unless you're flying up in the top echelon, where a third of a point is going to whip you. Like if I'd have had an extra point the year that I took the Continental XL for appearance, instead of, I think I got 18 or 19 for that. If I'd have got 20, I'd have beat Phil. But so what? I still wouldn't have been in the top 5. Just the way it works. Would have been nice to make it, but it wasn't the let's see, yes, Winship, but I am not trying. Let's see here. Let's see what it says. Happy New Year. Okay, about George Busso. Hey, no problem, Jack. You're Shit, you're more than welcome. You are a paid member. You are top of the line in my book. Okay, so we got this sanded out, but I didn't sand down to 2,000, 3,000 yet. That's what it was. Okay, it's sanded to 1,500. Man, what a lot of work. For you young guys who have come out to the field and seen these models sitting on the flight line, and the guy said, "Step back, step back." Well, I've let people hold my stuff and look at it, and I can build another one or whatever. But the reason that they do that is that there is just so much work in these things that they don't want to get a. I'm trying to remember. Hoyt Hawkins. Does that name ring a bell? Well, I can tell you this. He had Parkinson's so bad. He flew a P-40 at the Nats one year and he did good or whatever. I mean, he was a top flyer in the 50s and 60s. But he had Parkinson's so bad he was shaking like a leaf. And I let him hold my Thunderbolt one year, and people said, "Man, you're crazy." Well, it made his day. I let Charles fly my Junar at the Nats, a couple years back. That made his day. That's my job. Make your day. I didn't want to watch it. I didn't watch it fly at all. Because if it hit the ground, I'd have been mad, or not mad, but upset. Yeah. Galdini is a hell of a builder. He's passed on. But speaking of the Nats that Charles flew my Junar, he was going to ship some barf strega from California. He got it in too late. He already had his plans made to come to the Nats. He can tell you the story on the hangout. And I said, Charles, I'll just loan you an airplane. And I loaned him my best flying airplane. And if it would have hit the ground, I'd have been crying. But it didn't, so I did not watch it fly. I did not watch him fly it at all because I didn't want to see it hit the ground. I showed him, this is how you start it, and it'll start first flip every time. Go have fun. I did not want to watch. But he brought it back in one piece. I'm the guy who poked the hole in the wing, getting it into the car. Couldn't believe that my carrier had some masking or electrical tape around the leg, and it picked up one of them rocks off the L-pad parking lot. And as I set the carrier over the top of the airplane, the rock fell off, went right through the wing. Poink. But because it's dope, it got repaired. Jerry, he poked his thumb through that airplane right on the leading edge because the wind came up and he jerked it and held it. Didn't get excited. I just pointed the nose down and shut it off, put it in the car, and watched everybody else have fun. I was upset, but what are you going to do? I mean, I know he didn't do it. I know, anything that happens is not done on purpose. It's, thanks, Jack. Nothing's done on purpose. Now, if somebody came over and stomped on my airplane, there would be a fight like you never seen before, and he'd be paying for it. But if, accidents happen, What I need is, ooh, I got to stay off that line. It's starting to get thin there. This line is getting thin right there. So what I'm going to have to do is come back over with the ink and thin it, and then 3 or 4 airbrush coats of clear right there. Damn near rubbed it off. I thought I had enough clear on this, but I guess not. I just stay off the ink line. You know, when you only use a quart of paint, it's hard. It is hard. I may not even bother with it until it gets close to the next time. I don't know. Oh, I didn't polish it. I just rubbed it. 1 or 2 swipes, and that's how quick it can go through. So we need the good smelling stuff. Where'd it go? Over there. Adds depth of color prior to waxing, especially for dark colored cars. Removes fine swirls, towel marks, and mirror-like reflections. Safe on all glossy paints, including clear coats. Shake well. Well, I didn't even do that. Maybe it'll work better. Follow the directions. That helps. For use by hand, dispense a small amount of the product in a soft foam applicator pad. Apply to one section at a time using moderate pressure, making 4 overlapping passes per section. Wipe dry with Meguiar Super Shine microfiber 100% terry cloth towel. Turn to a clean portion of the towel in the final swipe. Keep off final rubber, plastic, non-painted porous materials. Tip: to protect the high gloss, follow the Meguiar's wax they have right. Ultimate wax. Yeah, sell me some more Meguiar's crap. Vapors may be harmful. Abuse by concentrating, inhaling product contents may be harmful. No kidding. Yeah, I'll make sure to drink that and put it in my eyes. It does not have an MSDS what's inside it. I wish I knew, because I know that smell. I just can't place it. Yeah, avoid smelling. Yeah, okay. Sure. Man, that bothers me. I know that smell. It won't come to me until about 3 o'clock in the morning from a dead sleep going, yeah, I know what it is. Yep, come out good. I'll probably fix this before I leave. Fix this ink line. I can't live with that. It only came off a little tiny bit, but right there. If you know me, I can't live with that. It's got to be perfect. So I'll airbrush a little clear on there and okay, so there's the rub. Let's wipe it clean and put some carnauba on it, see what it looks like. So another hour wasted with my stunt hanger buddies. I thought I had more clear on it than that. And the hardest thing about repairing that is getting the pen set down there on that line perfectly. So Danny, you know Jack then, huh? You can tell me all about him on Saturday. I'm going to be stopping by Dan's house on the way back. So Dan will be the first member to get to see this in person. See if it's everything that the pictures lead up to believe. So what do we get? We get a good reflection on this yet? Let's see here. Yeah, better on the stabilizer than on the elevator. So I think I'll wait to rub on this till I get some more clear on it, because I'm afraid I'll rub that line completely off. So we'll let it go at that for now. Needs some more rubbing and sanding right here on the corner. Rubbing and sanding, rubbing and sanding. So let's hit it again with 3000. See if we can bone it out. Still pretty green to bone out. I know Jim Lynch is watching and laughing. Jim Lynch knows what it takes. How much you're willing to do. Oops. Gotta stop there. Going through the edge. Yep. I better quit aggravating it. So I got a slight touch up of red right there to do, which I think I'll do right now. I just rubbed through it. Damn. Didn't take long. Speaking of Charles, there he is. I was talking about you. take another coat. Yeah, I hope it. I hope we have some contests too. Man, that dope is way thin. I'm very sad that there's no Brodax. I won't be able to make it to Joe Knoll. Got it now. Yeah, got her now. Okay, so we got that done. That's a good thing. Had to get after that before I forgot. What happens is you just poo-poo it and forget it. So this is not shiny now, so now I gotta rub it. And let's see. Can't believe, at least it's on the inboard side. Usually when mistakes happen, it's outboard side top. And I'm tired. Outboard side top. Yeah, Charles, I was talking about how I loaned you my model and I didn't watch you. I just said, this is how you start it. See you later. Have fun. I could not watch it fly. I didn't even see you fly at Brodax. I just know that you did. I can't remember what we're talking about, but about shit happening. Oop, gotta stay off that paint. Okay, that came out pretty good. You know, it can always be better if you add more paint, but you guys know where I'm at as far as paint goes. Let's work on the other side. Looks like it's pretty thinned out there too. Got it, same spot. Huh. Might have to fix both ink lines. the leading edge ink lines. I know I can paint a silver square on it. Yeah, this turned out real good. You can see I can see the shell, the reflection. I doubt I can manipulate the camera so you can, but let's see. Yeah, you can see the shell reflection right there. So that's pretty good. Oh, let's see here. What does this feel like? I guess we could do this. Damn. Yeah, I've got this blanket on top of the desk, and the foam doesn't want to turn on the blanket. I probably should take it off, but then if I take the foam away and lay the airplane down, I run the risk of denting it. I guess I already did this. I didn't. Oh, I got a spot there, needs done. I got a spot there. People that run out to the field before the paint hasn't even dried, waxed, or bench trimmed, take their plane home in a garbage bag. Unless it's monocoated, then it's already bagged up. Now, guys that just don't let their plane look cool as it gets, just gotta love it, especially with the live build. You bet. Is that experience talking, Charles? Yeah. Yeah, for you guys that are new, that are afraid that you're going to end up taking your airplane home in a garbage bag, just monocoat them. Then they're already bagged up. You hit the ground, you pick up the bag, and go home. Yeah, it might get a little more there. I don't know. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. Now this is tissue here, so I can't grab that. Would not be a good thing. So here we have some shine, and you can see that light right there, or whatever. Keep that in mind, and we'll go ahead and sand and polish this, and you'll see the difference. It'll jump out like crazy. And this airplane has some grain showing. Some, not much, but some. But if I were to fill all that grain back again, it's going to take a whole lot of paint. To be honest, if I were to use 2 quarts of clear instead of one for substrate and one, or one and a half for top coat, the airplane would probably go up a number. However, it's going to go up a couple of ounces, and I just that's just not for me. You got that lumber wagon done yet, Charles? The big Jim Greenaway Pattern Master Strega lumber wagon. If I was building a Strega, I'd leave off half the wood. Just cut everything in half. Remember, I showed you about that reflection. Let's see here. Thank you, Alan. I remember the first time I came home with an uncrashed airplane. When I actually came home with the same propeller and left with, I knew I had found my hobby. Yeah, you gotta bring them back in one piece. The bad thing is, now you guys watched my profile, 60 profile build. It had a Brian Gardner 60 in it. And I took it to Huntersville. And it flew really good. It was a good flying airplane. And I hit the ground with it. Because dumbass me didn't pay attention to put a lock nut on the elevator push rod. And that came off and hit the ground. That was my last crash. Everybody hits the ground. Two kinds of pilots, ones who have crashed and ones who are gonna crash. It's just the way it is. And it's devastating when one hits the ground. But what are you gonna do? You take your toys and go home, give up? I don't think so. Just suck it up and build another one. Now, let me see if I can get this on camera. This is a perfect example of what I'm looking at. Right there. You see all them shiny spots right there? I have to sand all that out. If you don't get it out, it will not shine. It'll shine, but it won't shine to its full potential. So, what do? We keep sanding. When you get it close, you switch from 15 to 2000 and then down to 3. But you got to be careful because it's on an edge and you can burn through the paint just like I did over there real quick. And I don't really want to have to touch up all these things. So I'd rather leave it on there instead of burn through it. Because there's no clear on it, not to speak of. You got one spot right there, but it's so close to the edge. I'll just let it go. Lot right over here. See it right there? Yeah, I might even have to get more aggressive with that. Now that comes from spray gun pressure. I guess I didn't have it worked out there. But that's okay. You can make an orange shine if you're willing to sand it. Get them grapefruit peels. Almost. Got that right. Pretty good right there. I'm staying off the ink line because I'm afraid I'll burn through the clear. Just let the polish over the top of the ink line. Yeah, sure. I'll spray another coat on it. I'll use another gallon of urethane on it. That'll make it beautiful. You have to be willing to stick to your diet no matter what. No matter what. I'm out of clear. It's not getting another coat. I don't have. You're done. I'm done. There's no more coats of clear that's going on it. There might be a touch-up little bit of clear there, in an airbrush. It's lucky it looks this good because if I'd have said, well, I'm going to end up 58 ounces no matter what, we'd have got to 58, and if I'd have quit painting and make it look as good as you can from there. I probably should have, but I didn't. I hope I can get it down. Let's see. Right there. Right there. See another spot too. You know what? This camera thing really helps because it's giving me an angle I can't see. Right there. Okay. Let's hit it with 2,000 now. See what it does. See, we got her flat enough. Well, this one here really peppered up. It's right there. I might have to do this camera sanding again because yeah, it's boring for you, but I'm looking at the monitor and I can see stuff that I can't see in real life at this angle. whatever. Yeah, let's hit it with 2,000 and see what happens. Remember, you can blow through the clear like in a heartbeat with 2,000 or 3,000 or 5,000. Depends on how hard you're pushing, how much it's cutting. And another thing you got to understand, if I was to even sand the clear off of this, it would still shine. Dope shine, colored dope shines just as good as clear dope. The clear dope just gives it the depth. And of course, buries the ink lines and the other stuff. And Aerogloss was even better for that trait than this Randolph. Okay, let's hit it with this 3,000, see what happens. I think I will end the video when I get done with the stabilizer on this side. Should be about time for dinner then. And we'll be 50% done. Except for the fuselage. I gotta, well, not really. I guess I did that. Need to do this side. You listen, you can't hear anything. You listen to this side, you can hear it. So I guess I polished this side already. At least sanded it. Okay, let's hit it with a compound. Let's see how. $17.15. That's. And I know this is not an exciting, funny video. It's rather boring. Okay, remember what I said about that light. Let's see what it looks like polished. Or rubbed anyway. Yeah, this is where my snap-on polisher would come in handy right now. Still pretty green though. I don't know that I want to polish on it this green with a machine polisher. I just want to make it presentable to take outside. Oh yeah, we're getting there. Let's rub that one more time. Oh, let's see what that says. Sparky, if this is too personal, you can tell me that. Well, you can't, Alan, you can't cuss on the stream. It hit it. And South City. Off Broadway. Yeah, if you're looking for why your post didn't show up in the chat, Alan, because you can't, YouTube has censored words. It allows me to see them because I'm the moderator, but okay. Put this on it and see what it looks like. Let's see what it says now. Hey, no problem. Yeah, YouTube is monitoring everything. Hell, believe it or not, these videos are even being transcribed. And I didn't even sign up for the service. If you put closed caption on, they've already closed captioned them. That's machine learning. So if you say anything bad, they pull your channel. All right. Now you can see the difference. Was it worth it? I don't know. Is to me, I guess. Look good sitting on the flight line. Thank you, Gary. Maybe you can do another collage for the big tucker. Gary did me a beautiful collage. I'd like to have it. You don't have to print it and mail it. Just send it to me via file, and I'll use it on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I know where that is. Well, now that I look at that in the camera, close up, I need to do this again. I'm just not sure how much I can get away with. We'll do the stab and then I'll end the show. But that'd be a 2-hour stand out this time. Well, let me see when dinner is. How much longer till dinner? Hello? Must be out back feeding cats. That means it's closed. So we'll go ahead and work on the stabilizer. So it's kind of crappy looking now. One incident this year, What's that, your next project, Gary? You go in, I mean, if you're looking to make me another banner, it'd be great. And then you could just email it to me. And I'll use it as a YouTube banner on top. Search YouTube and see what size it needs to be. And that way you can make it perfect because it ain't very big. Okay. This is going to need a lot of massaging. Right there. I don't like that spot right there. There's not enough clear on it. Okay, I'll make this one Sparky, you're crappy next. Yeah. Well, you guys got to understand, I've come to a new philosophy in finish. 1 quart, and it's good enough. You know, I used to be paint it until it looks good. Now it's put the paint on it and sand it till it looks good. And if it doesn't look good, too bad. So It's a big difference than the way I used to be. Paint it till it looks good. Now it's sand it till it looks good enough to paint, then paint it. And when you're out of paint, stop. And then if it doesn't look good, keep sanding. And if you can't get it to look good, too bad. Go fly it. Build another one. Try to improve on the mistakes. You know, there's some things that I will change on the next. If I do another one of these, there's some things I'll change. These model building things that I do, yeah, I have a certain set ways that that I do things, but I'm always looking to improve, and I'm looking to guys like, you know, I look at Hunt stuff, I look at John's stuff, I look at everybody's stuff, and if I think that I can take that and make it work or make it work better, or that looks like a good idea, I'll do it. You know, what's the difference? And then once I figure it out, I pass it on to you guys. Oh man, get another sheet of 1500, I guess. We've been through about $3 worth of sandpaper so far. If you get 5 sheets for $6, it's about $1 a sheet for this. So yeah, you got to sand them. Keep sanding until the paint comes off. We're only looking for 18 or 19 points with these. We're not looking for perfect. Perfect costs too much in weight. And by the time this hits the nets and it has 2 or 3 more sand outs, it'll be nice. I can tell you that right now. It's coming out good. The key to it all is right there. Let's see. Yeah, electrics for model trains. Electric airplanes remind me of a toy, where this is a machine. Push the button and go, because you can't figure out how to tune the motor. I don't know. It doesn't matter if you whatever you want to use. You know. I built electric planes. I got a whole pile of electric crap down here. Anybody want to buy some? I got the best charger and a power pack and thunder power batteries and XE motors and all kind of garbage. Okay. Almost 2 hours now. Put in 5 hours of nonstop sanding. Okay. I guess we'll see if it'll come up now. I don't know. It needs another sand out, really. I'm just getting tired of sanding. Got to stay off that leading edge there. It's starting to get light. Yeah, this is 2. Okay. So we're on 2. Should be 4 ounces lighter when I put it on a scale next time. Sanded all that paint off of it. Burp, not. I'll make sure that when I bone this out that I do a video on how that's done. Because you go, man, he's got it shiny and he turned it into milk. Yeah. But that won't happen for a month or 2. Okay. Yeah. "14 people still watching. Unreal." When the video is over, I get to look at the metrics to see who hung around. The red pad is 3,000 grit paper. Here it is right here. 3,000 grit paper. I have one that's 5,000. But I won't do the 5,000 until the thing's super dry. It'll bone out. It'll get all milky. No problem. Let's see what Jack said. Don't mean to be mean, but electric motors and monocoque are cheating, and modelers really don't need them. Do you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. James Dean, I'm working while you're sanding. Granted, I'm sanding and taping on a motorcycle. Yeah, you can bear down on a motorcycle. You can't bear down on this. But the zen of sanding comes in with motorcycle sanding too. Let me tell you a funny story. I met my old lady, and we were living in an apartment, and she didn't really know my quirks or whatever. And I built my motorcycle in the living room, and the heat was good in the bedroom, so she was sleeping. She was sleeping, and I was sitting on the end of the bed, sanding on a motorcycle tank on her mother's quilt. I didn't think nothing of it. She about had a heart attack. Sanding and sanding and sanding. I mean, I have spent half of my life sanding. I once went into a body shop, and I asked them if they needed a sander. And the guy just laughed at me. Trust me, with the skills that I have, I can be working in 10 minutes if I want to work. Welding, mechanicking, sanding, painting, carpentry, whatever. It's not like I'm a one-trick pony. Plumbing, electrical, sign painting, whatever I need to do, I can do. So 2 hours been on. Let's bring this up and then I'll shut the video off. So we're going to go with the rubbing compound first. Standing on a motorcycle is not the same as standing on an airplane, because I mean it's the same amount of work. It's just you can push harder on a motorcycle than you can on an airplane. And you don't care what it weighs. Put as much paint on as you need. 15 coats of primer. There's no primer on this airplane. It's clear dope and sanding. Only primer that's on it is on the cowl, because it was fiberglass. Or fiberglassed, I should say. It's wood with glass over the top of it. And dope really doesn't like to stick to fiberglass, so Oh yeah, hear that noise? That means it's working. That sticking noise is the paint moving. Okay, let's put the polish on it. See what it looks like. I still think Finesse It works best. This ultimate polish was $14. And Finesse It's $26 for the same bottle. But I think the Finesse It has petroleum in it. And I think the gasoline or the petroleum, whatever's in Finesse It, helps move the paint. Because this stuff here just seems like grit water. Doesn't I don't know, bite the paint. Well, let's see if we got reflection yet. It's kind of flat still. Needs another sand out. It'll probably get a couple more sand out yet. 19 and 19, still watching. I can't believe it. Like, subscribe, share. Please consider becoming a member. Oh, that's why I don't recognize Charles. He dropped off of becoming a member. Oh, well. Rejoin, Charles. That's a good sound. I mean, it's getting flat. All right. Let's see, is this the shine? Yeah, this is the side right here. And do it right there too. I can see it went flat right there too. And right there, gonna have to do that spot again. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today, I think. I appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, share to everybody you know, and please consider hitting that join button down below. It's $4.95 a month. Can't even go to Starbucks for $4.95. Of course, I don't think you can go to Starbucks and whatever. So we'll see you on the next reel. And any questions you can ask me on the forum, call me on the phone, whatever. So till I see you again, fair winds, tight lines. See ya.